Hello, and welcome to Cross Creek High School Virtual Graduation Celebration. I am Glenda Collinsworth, Principal of Cross Creek High School. The 2019-20 school year has been unprecedented as we experienced coronavirus-related school closures, changes in how we teach and learn, and shared many stories of hope in the midst of disappointment. I'm proud to have witnessed the resilient spirit and positive outlook that the Cross Creek High School class of 2020 has displayed through these changing times. Today is about you, a celebration of your achievement. On behalf of the Richmond County Board of Education, we are proud of your accomplishments and commend your hard work and effort to reach this important milestone.
Great morning. My name is Camille Alexandria Rogers, and I am your salutatorian and homecoming queen. It is my honor to be before you today. I would like to begin by thanking God, my little sister, my family, friends, and mentors for guiding me through this process called life. To the class of 2020, if we have learned nothing else, we have learned to expect the unexpected. Many of us are excited to close this chapter of life. As we turn our tassels and turn the next page in life's book, we will be faced with many life-changing decisions. My message that I would like to inscribe into the first page of this new chapter is that we must rise up. It is our job to rise up against scandals, rise up against injustice, and rise up against naysayers. In the words of Alexander Hamilton, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. We are responsible for creating the change that we want to see in the world. Ultimately, as the greatest class ever, we have been charged with rising up to leave a positive legacy despite our circumstances. Here are 3 steps to help you, as an individual, to do this. The first step is to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is truly about determining your own value. This does not mean that you are ignoring your weaknesses or challenges, but you will be focusing on your strengths and self-confidence. It is your responsibility to rise up against the negative thoughts that work to enslave your mind. No statistic should be able to define you. Rise up despite being raised in a single-parent household. Rise up despite being a minority and the statistics that are surrounding that. Rise up despite being low income. None of these things have to define you. The only way that it can define you is if you allow it to. So, in all, we spend far too much time worrying about the characteristics that we feel we lack instead of homing in on the amazing traits that make us unique. You must be willing to rise up for yourself and your beliefs, regardless of what anyone else thinks. The second step is to determine what success means to you as an individual, not what your parents, friends, or society deem as being successful. Living for others is nothing but a waste of your time and your money. Rise up for your dreams. Rise up for your happiness. Rise up despite the family members that don't believe in you. Rise up despite the teachers and administration who said that you will never be as great as someone else. Always keep in mind that to achieve success, you must chase excellence and not perfection. As Bishop T.D. Jakes once said, excellence requires discomfort. Twice as many dreams are killed from fear than from failure. If you rise up to be the absolute best that you can be, then you should never have any regrets. Ultimately, as I tell my little sister, all that you can do is the best that you can do. When you have done this, you have risen to true success. My final step is that you must rise up for a purpose that is greater than yourself. Rise up for something that you are passionate about that can help other people. Rise up against the crab in the barrel syndrome. Rise up against systemic racism. Rise up against jealousy and find kindness within your heart. People often believe that just because they are one person, that they will be insignificant. However, this is horribly wrong. Rise up to find it within yourself to know that no matter who you are, you have the opportunity to make a difference. I know that this day has been very long awaited, and most of what I have said thus far will be a blur in your memory. However, please take this one question with you throughout all parts of life. When you find it within yourself to rise up, what legacy will your name carry?
Good morning. I want to begin by saying I procrastinated this speech like every assignment throughout my academic career. I could have never imagined that we would be graduating at 8 a.m. on a Monday in July. Nevertheless, here we are. I'm generally not a morning person, but this is a moment I've waited for my entire life. From nap time to pre-K, to the multiplication tables in 4th grade, to the science fair projects in 7th grade, to the midterms in 10th grade. I'm going to miss the Friday night lights, lunch with friends, the packed halls, laughing in class, the basketball games, pep rallies, and every single moment that has shaped me as an individual. This includes the late night studying, getting ready at 6 a.m. for 8 hours of class, and the faces we made when the entire class felt an exam. Now, I wouldn't label this as the perfect senior year, but it was memorable, and I am thankful for the moments we were able to share. 2020 is a class to make history, from academics to athletics to being the first class to graduate during the pandemic. I'm excited for what the future has in store for each and every one of us. In this auditorium, I see our future educators, engineers, nurses, lawyers, influencers, or anything else you may want to be. Chances are you're sitting next to a future second grade teacher, Kayla Scott, or criminologist, Jaysha Grice. In a few years, you could be walking into a museum and see a drawing by Noah Quarles, or you could be standing before a judge and notice it's Vashanti's Banfield. Some of us has already started in our career fields, such as Amaya Beasley, who couldn't be here today because she started her journey serving our country. Although you may not be sure where you want to go, remember, chances not taken are opportunities missed. We are the future. We have the ability to not only inspire change, but to create something new. You were given a voice, so ensure that you use it. And most importantly, no one else defines you but you. Never ask for validation, and the only expectations you have to live up to are your own. August 2nd, 2016 was the first day many of us walked the halls of Cross Creek High School. We didn't know that Miss Bizu owned the entire math hall, that it would be so easy to fail PE and art, or that our football record would possess more losses than wins during the next 4 years. I didn't know the majority of my time spent in AP Physics would be me trying to work some old computer software. I wasn't prepared to learn about the Battle of Fort Sumter every year from 3rd grade to my AP US History class, or that I would gain a school mom in Miss Fulcher and Miss Stewart. And last but not least, let's take a moment of silence for the delicious Bojangles chicken sandwiches that went missing in the beginning of my junior year. I learned so much at Cross Creek, from life lessons to mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell. But one of the most important things I have learned is to embrace rejection, whether it's from a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, a coworker, or a boss. This pandemic is just another example of life happening. It isn't always perfect or what we expect. In the words of the great Rocky Balboa, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And it doesn't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees permanently if you let it. It isn't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Perseverance in the face of adversity. A real dream or goal is something that powers you through every obstacle that people and your environment will throw against you, whether it be a professor, manager, or even a parent. I once listened to a speech given by Michelle Obama where she discussed the hardships she endures as an individual of color. She said, "I had the peace of mind knowing that all of the chatter, the name calling, the doubting, all of it was noise. It did not define me, it didn't change who I was, and most importantly, it couldn't hold me back." I relate to her words on a spiritual level, and that's what makes every achievement so much more satisfying. I am extremely honored to stand before you as our class's valedictorian. Of course, like many of us, I didn't get here alone. I had a very strong support system in my family, most importantly in my mom. This leads me to one of the most important aspects of a graduation speech, the thank yous. I'd like to first thank Cross Creek staff and my classmates for an incredible 4 years. Thank you to my teachers and administrators for motivating, encouraging, and supporting me. Thank you to the custodians who, no matter the mess, was always there. Thank you to the men and women in the cafeteria for working tirelessly to provide us with meals. Let's recognize our parents, siblings, and friends for pouring your love into us every step of the way. Thank you to Monique Braswell, who fought for me when others wouldn't. A special thanks to my family for believing in me and loving me unconditionally. Without them, I don't know where I would be. Most importantly, I have to give my biggest thanks to the man above. And last but not least, in the words of Beyonce Knowles, I break the record, top 2, and I'm not 2. Congratulations, class of 2020.
thank you for joining Cross Creek High School Class of 2020 virtual graduation ceremony. I appreciate the opportunity to be part of this special celebration for you and your family. Continue to stay strong and stay safe. Your future is bright and the best days are ahead.